So I've got my David's tea. I'm ready to settle in for a nice long video about panning. Hi guys, it's Drea. This is my makeup use up update. So first quarter update for my 2018 makeup use up project. I will link to the intro down below in the description bar if you want to see it. But basically this is just everything that I'm trying to either A, use up in 2018 or B, I have a goal for, and I did discuss all the goals for each of these products in that intro if you care. We'll talk about all of it in this one anyway. All right, I have literally no plan. I just have everything in front of me. I think what I'm gonna do though first is show you the stuff that I actually got through completely. All right, so in terms of empties, I did really well in my fragrance category. In fact, there are no fragrances left from what I started with. So I had this trio of Arian Grande scents. This one was up to here, empty. This one was pretty low. And this one was up there, and they are all now empty, used up. I'm not going to be putting any of these makeup use up items in my empties, my monthly empties, because I just don't want to be repetitive. So I'm only going to be showing them in these update videos. This is the Diesel Loverdose Red Kiss. It was all the way up to there. It is completely gone. So I'm pretty proud of that. I really love this bottle. It's so pretty. It actually sits on its side on the shelf like this. And it's a heart. So I'm kind of sad to see it go. There is the tiniest little bit in it, but the wand thing won't really reach it, but I can't really get to it just because of the shape of the bottle, but I got every bit that I could get out of it. This is the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Crush Fragrance Mist. When we started, we were up to there, me, and it's all gone. I really just use this as a room spray because I didn't like it as a fragrance on myself. I really wanted this to be identical to the way the lotion smells, and it isn't. It's a nice, pleasant scent, but it's not the lotion scent, which is what I really wanted. And so I'm definitely not going to buy it again. And then I have here my SPF that I was using. This is the Lancome Benefit UV SPF 50, and we were all the way up to here when we started, which is really good progress because, I always preach SPF use on this channel. You should be using SPF every single day, whether it's overcast or winter, it doesn't matter, the sun still exists. And so I always want to use it because I always say I want to look 10 years younger than I am for my entire life. So it always starts with SPF. Anyways, I'm glad I used this up because it was set to expire. Actually, the expiry date is April 2018. So I knew I had to use it up by this first update, and I did get through it, and I'm really happy about that. All right, there's some certain things that are measurable and certain things that aren't. I did measure a bunch of stuff on this paper. The weight always throws off the color, so sorry about that. The Urban Decay Naked 2 Lip Pencil, which is right here. We started out at that line at the top, and then this is the current April update. So not a lot of use, and honestly, if we keep going at this pace, there's no way that'll get used up by the end of the year, which is unfortunate. But I just don't find that I've been using lip liners really at all, and I have so many, and I don't know guys, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. It's tough because I just don't find myself reaching for lip liners anymore. I really only want the nice, easy, slap it on products now, just because my life has kind of changed a little bit and I need what's really easy. So I don't know. That's a big question mark in my life right now. I want to talk about lip products next in general because my life has changed. And I know I keep referring to this in a lot of videos, and it's just, I don't want to be repetitive, but it really has impacted the way I wear makeup. Because you guys know, if I could have my druthers, I would wear purple, pink, green, blue, not blue, but purple, pink, green, blue glitter everywhere, every single day of my life, but it doesn't really work for my workplace now. So this is probably about as sparkly and as crazy as I would go at work. And it just impacts the way I use makeup, especially lip products. I don't find myself reaching for lip products at work at all. I usually have bare lips, maybe lip balm, because when you work in a store, those of you that have worked in retail, for some reason it gets so dry and my lips get cracked and peeling, and I can't wear liquid lipsticks. I can't wear things that stick weirdly to patchy, dry lips. So it's been really tough to use these products, and even when I do try to make a concerted effort, for example, this Bare Minerals lipstick, this has gone through the washing machine twice now because I put it in my pocket at work and I forget it's there, and then I guess I don't check my pockets well enough, and it goes through the washing machine. So anyways, I've made tiny progress on these lip products, and I'm kind of ashamed of myself. But anyways, so here we have MAC Syrup, which, you know, the top line is where we started. There's the April update. This is the Too Faced Spice Spice Baby. Same, not a lot. And this is my Holy Grail lipstick, so for me to only use that much is not great. And then this is the Bare Minerals one I was just talking about. Just the tiniest little bit of progress on it. And I really, especially this MAC Syrup, like I really want to use this up just to be able to back to MAC it. And I had made such good progress on it last year. This, maybe I don't even want to use this up, the Spice Spice Baby, because like it's what I'm wearing today, by the way. It's my Your Lips But Better color, and I'm pretty sure they've discontinued it, so that is kind of bad. And then this Bare Minerals one, like look, it's just the babiest of baby little lipsticks. I should totally be able to use this up, but like I said, it's just been tough, so I don't know. And then I also have my NARS Playpen. This is one of their, what are they called again? The Velvet Lip Glides. There's a little swatch of it right there, just a beautiful peachy color. And it's such a nice formula too. And these are getting to be on definitely about a year since I've had them, maybe a year and a bit. But anyways, so I want to use them up. I have 2 of them, so that's why this is in here. But I'm not seeing a lot of progress on that either. So if you guys have suggestions for me, what do you think I should do, like just to remind myself to use lip products? I don't know. I'm kind of like, besides actually just trying to be super conscious of it. All right, foundation. So I've got 3 in this project. There's 2 that I'm trying to use up right now, which, because they are more hydrating foundations, I need to use them in the drier months because I won't be able to use them in the summertime. So I've got my Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. I don't know if you can see the Sharpie marks on the actual container. I tried to do a mark of like how low it was when I started. So this is where, like, how much I had used up when we started. And then we're down to like right there right now, which you don't need a whole lot of this. You don't get a ton of product in it to begin with, but you don't need a ton of product every time you use it. So I haven't used a ton. I have now just marked it on the paper. This is my April update, just because I think it's easier to measure it this way, then you can't really see it on here. But I have been using it. I love this foundation when I use it, but I can't really use it at work because it does settle into my smile lines a little bit, and for like a 8-hour shift, it's just a bit much. If it was a shorter shift, it would be fine, but I can't really use it that often. And then the Lancome Tint Miracle, this is my oldest foundation, which is why I put it in this project, and this is where we started. We were halfway through, and now you can see like we're getting down there. I don't know why I keep saying we. Like, do you guys like it when I say we, like including you? I don't know, maybe people like that. Anyways, I'm down to here, and I really need to use this up before summer hits. But again, can't use it at work because it won't last through the whole day. So I'm wearing it right now, trying to get some use out of it. Might be going out later. Forgot this. This is my Huda Beauty Angelic Lip Strobe. This is not, like, I don't intend on using it up. This is just, I want to use it more often. So you know what? I'm gonna put on some right now. This really is so pretty on the lips. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just trying to make more of an effort to actually just use this because I love it. Okay, some more progress. Oh, actually, let's just talk about my last foundation first. So I hadn't measured this really at the beginning of the project, mostly because you cannot see through the bottle, and I know I had used some of it, but I hadn't really measured it. Here's where we are today. I actually had to like unscrew it and look inside, and we're halfway down. I still keep saying we. I don't know why. We're just gonna have to go with it at this point. Okay, so I'm halfway down this, and this will definitely get used up more in the summertime because it is good for mattifying and oil control. I have here my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Liquid Opal. I've been doing really good with this, as you can tell. So I started here in January. Here's where I am today. I only use this I use it on top of foundation, but under powder. So it is underneath my highlight, but like it's more into my skin. And that's the only way I can possibly use it, just because I have to powder my foundation. I can't go without setting my foundation. So that's the only way I can use it up. Here's something I made some really good progress on. This is my NARS Smooth and Protect Primer. SPF, I think 40 or 50. Anyways, look at this. That's how much is in here. Started here, down here now. I love this primer. Once I use it up, I don't know what I'm going to do. I have lots of other pore filling primers, but none that have the high SPF in it. And I just love this. I use it really only in my T-zone and also here, which just like really fills in pores super well. And then speaking of primer, I have my Too Faced Hangover RX primer. I put this in my project because at the time when I was starting this project, this was brand spanking new. And it only has a 6-month shelf life, which I think it probably would be okay past that point because it does have a pump on it and it's, you know, airless container, which is great. Because this has coconut water and probiotic ingredients in it, it has a much shorter shelf life. So that's why I put in this project even though it was brand new, because I knew I needed to use it within 6 months. So really, like end of June is going to be the max on this. And I can't really measure progress on this. It's really hard because, like I said, it's got a pump and I don't want to open it. But I think you can tell, like, it's definitely not a full bottle. I use this every time I do my makeup, but I only can use it on my cheeks for the same oily skin reasons. So there you go. I have this Tarte Ready Set Radiant setting spray. I can't think of it. Okay, so we started up at this line here. I know it's hard to see, but the line is right there. And I'm down to here right now. So not as good as I maybe would need to, especially again because I can't really use it in the summertime, but at least I'm getting some use out of it. I've got my Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in Taupe. My goal is just to hit pan. This was fairly new when I started using it, and you can see there's a nice dip going, so I think by the end of the year it won't be any problem to hit pan on that. I have my MAC Painterly, which definitely will hit pan by the end of the year, but I think my goal, I can't really remember, and I should look this up, but I think it is to use it up, which I'm sure we will get either there or almost all the way there because this is the only eyeshadow primer that I use. I don't know if I will have time to go back to the original video and get like shots of these products when I started. I might not. I only say that because the line on this when I started, it rubbed off at some point. I do not know where it was. I want to say it was probably halfway, but I can't say for sure. This is my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. It's down to here now, so we're like 2/3 of the way down, I would say 2/3. Yeah, definitely. I know I can get through this like by the end of the year. That will not be a problem. I'm using it today. I love this concealer. It's so great. And again, I want to be able to back to MAC, so that's why I wanted a few MAC products. Where did that other concealer go? My YSL All Hours Concealer, which I love. Love this so much. There's no way to see inside it. You really cannot see where you are. So just continuing to pound away at this, and I use it all the time, so I'm not really worried about it, but I just can't really see progress on it. Okay, let's talk about powders. So I should have been done this by now, but I totally forgot it was in my purse. This is my NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat powder. I mean, come on, you can see, like, it's almost done. I was keeping it in my purse because this is a great powder for repowdering throughout the day, but I totally forgot about it. So this will definitely be done within like 2 weeks. There's no question. So that'll definitely be in the next updates empties. This is my Clinique Super Powder Double Face Makeup in the shade 02 Matte Beige. This has some color to it, which I haven't really been using it a lot this time of year. I think summertime will be better, A, because it's mattifying, and B, because it's a little dark for me right now. It'll be fine in the summertime, but I love this powder. It's really great. These are actually fairly similar, so I would just go with this one because it's a really good mattifying powder. Then I have my Kat Von D Translucent Setting Powder. I don't know what to do about this. Okay, I made good progress on it. As you can see, the top line there is where we started. That second line, I know they're not exactly on the same level, but you get the idea, is today when I measured it. So it's not even halfway done. I like this powder, but I don't think I love it enough to continue using it at the level I have been to get that little amount of progress. If that makes sense. Like okay, here's what I really want to say. I want to use my Laura Mercier powder. I really do. I miss it. It's a little bit better than this one. This one's good, but I feel like this one is a little bit drying, and especially as you go throughout the day, I feel like this one shows those dry kind of desert lines a little bit more. It's not as hydrating in a way for a powder as much as a powder can be. And, you know, this is the only loose powder I've been using. I think I've used my RCMA one a couple times, but for the most part, I use this to bake my under eyes every time I do makeup, and that's very little progress for the amount I've been using it. So I think I'm gonna take this out of this project. If you guys have any qualms about that, let me know, but I think I'm gonna take it out just because I'm just kind of, it's not doing enough for me for the amount of investment that I'm putting into it, and I don't want to end up hating a product. And I want, you know, panning makeup shouldn't be about forcing yourself to use something that doesn't look as nice as another product that you own. Do you know what I mean? Like, if the Laura Mercier powder looks so much better on me, I'd rather use that one instead of forcing myself to use this one over and over. So I don't hate this. I'm glad I got a lot of use out of it, but I just can't really keep going with it. So I don't think I'm gonna put the Laura Mercier in the project, but I'm just gonna put this away. Maybe I'll come back to it in the fall and give it another go. The lines are still there. We could still update it. But I think I'm going to do the Laura Mercier at least for the next 3 months until the next update. And I guess we'll see from there. And I'll let you guys know like what I've been thinking. This is my Becca Sunlit Bronzer in Bali Sands. I love this. I am frankly surprised I have not hit pan on it yet. I'm wearing this today. I wear this practically every time I do my makeup. It's the perfect shade for me in these lighter skinned months. In the summertime I won't be able to use it, which is fine because my Holy Grail summer bronzer is a MAC bronzer that I love, and I'll be using that all summer long, so it doesn't matter. But I'm just kind of surprised I haven't hit pan on this yet, but I'm going to keep going. I'll definitely be using this probably until halfway into June, so there should be some progress, and then I can use it again in the fall months, so I'm happy with how that is proceeding. I've got my Tarte Exposed Blush. Now, I can't remember if I said that I wanted to hit pan or I just wanted to use this quite a bit. There's no way I'm going to be able to hit pan on a blush. I think I've learned that unless you're using the exact same blush every single day, and even then it takes a long time to hit pan on a blush. But I will say this, if you look at the pan here, you can see that design is starting to wear away, and I'm pretty happy about that. I love this blush. I'm definitely going to continue to use it. I'm not going to take it out of this project. I am going to keep plugging away at it because I just love using it. But I love being able to rotate my collection. As you guys know from my Shop My Stash videos, I have tons of blush and I want to be able to use lots of them, not just one. So that being said, also, I think I'm going to take this blush out of this project because, okay, this is the MAC Sweet Vision Magic Dust Powder. This was from Holiday 2016, a limited edition blush. It's really beautiful. It's got like the packaging. I love all the packaging. The actual like product inside's got the little stars in it. It's so pretty. Look at that blush. It's a peachy pink with a gold shift. It's so nice. It does, like, you don't need a lot. It looks like it would be kind of a nice light blush, but actually when you apply it to your cheeks, it gets pretty pigmented pretty quickly. And so you don't need a lot. Like, I expected that I would have been wearing away down on those stars quite a lot sooner than I have been. And granted, I haven't been using this as much as maybe, well, definitely not as much as the Exposed one. And again, I want to use other blushes. So I'm going to take this out. It's just, I'm starting to feel guilty looking at it that I'm not using it. And at that point in my panning proceedings or whatever I'm doing with panning, whenever I feel that feeling of guilt, that's when we need to say, no, we're done here. I can't be feeling feelings of guilt about not using my makeup because that just makes me unhappy. And I'm not gonna be that type of panner. And so that is gonna get just taken out of this project. Here's my Cover FX Moonlight whatchamacallit highlighter. I love this highlight. It's really pretty. Like, it's really, really pretty. There it is there. It's subtle enough, but it still packs a punch when you build it up. I'm wearing it today, but I'm wearing a Fenty Hustler Baby on top of it. Just because this is very cool toned. And when you're wearing a warmer look, it doesn't go. And that's been my issue with not using this as much. You can kind of see, maybe, I hope you can see, there is the slightest little dip in it. I think you can probably see there's a slight dip in it, but it's nowhere close to hitting pan yet. I am not going to take this out of the project. This is staying in, but it's the only highlighter I have in this project, which makes it easier for me to focus on it here and there. It's not as much progress as I would have liked to have at this point, but I'm still okay with the amount because, you know, we still have 3/4 of the year ahead of us, and I still know I'll be able to hit pan. And that is the goal. It's not to pan it, it's just to hit pan on it. So I'm still okay with using that. I have hit pan on my Kat Von D Shade and Light. Again, I don't know if I could show you the progress from before, like where we started, but I was nowhere near hitting pan when we started. I have used this and used this and used this, and I'm pretty proud of the amount that I've used it. Definitely been using both of these in combination to set my under eye, or to wipe away baking, like just to like go over top of it, wipe away the baking and leave this nice smooth brightening effect behind. All right, so the last two things are my eyeshadow palettes. All right, so positive and negative. Let's start with the negative. We're gonna take this out. This is the MAC, well, this is my single shadow Z palette with all my MAC eyeshadows in it. I have one Anastasia shadow right there. By the way, I did use this a few times. That's Sunset, it's beautiful. This is way too similar to the other palette that I'm using, which is my NARS Loaded palette. The colors, the tones are way too similar for me to get enough use out of them. The only difference, I think, this one has a couple purples in it, but all the browns, you know, you're gonna get the same result in the end a lot of the time. That being said though, this NARS palette I have been using to death. Like you can see, there is a lot of wear and tear on a lot of these shades now. This shade right here, this kind of creamy, no, right there, this kind of creamy shade, you can see there's a big dip on it. I'm surprised I haven't hit pan yet on it. The kind of warm orange toned one right above it, lots of usage. This light peach one here, I use as a transition shade all the freaking time, and they're just really pigmented. Like you can see there's wear on them, but we're nowhere really near hitting pan, which is another reason I don't want both of these in here, because even though I'm using this a ton, it takes a long time to get there with this palette. And I'm actually not getting sick of this at all, which is great. But it's just going to take more of the investment of time, so that's why we're getting the MAC one out. I'm sure I'll hit pan on this one soon though, and my goal really for this palette was really just to hit pan on 2 shadows by the end of the year. And a lot of people might think that's kind of a puny goal, but again, like, I'm not a panner. I want to use all my other eyeshadow palettes, which is why, like, even last year with my Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, I did use it a lot, but I wanted to keep using other things, and I think I only hit pan on 3 shades in that one over the entire year. So that's a good goal for me personally, and I think that's what panning should all be about, is hitting your own personal goals so that you can feel good about what you're doing, not to try to measure yourself against other people who pan, who do amazing things, but you know, they have different rules for themselves and different goals. So that's just where I am in this. So there you go. That is it for my makeup use up update for the first quarter. Let me know if you have any tips and tricks for the products that I've been using. I would love to hear them, because yeah, I'd like to get there faster on some things, but I am proud of the progress that I've made on a lot of other things. Anyway, that is it for today. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you are speaking kindly to yourself, especially when you look in the mirror. I love you guys. I will see you in my next video. Bye.